Tonight, the next phase. Wisconsin takes another step toward providing more people with the COVID vaccine.
And charges filed. We're learning more about the Barnum basketball coach arrested for allegedly having sexual contact with one of his players.
Plus, trending in the right direction. Minnesota's unemployment rate dips, why officials say it could keep declining.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke.
And I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us tonight. With President Biden now in office, some are wondering what a new administration could mean for major mining projects in the Northland.
The Trump administration green-lighted several projects that environmentalists expressed concern about, but now President Biden is scaling some of those back.
In his first day in office, Biden pulled the permit for the Keystone XL pipeline, halting construction on the 1,700-mile project.
CBS3's Emma Quinn spoke with industry leaders and explains what they say this could mean for mining projects in the region.
President Joe Biden's executive order halting construction on the Keystone XL pipeline project may have been a surprise to some, but Minnesota mining leaders say they expect a pause on their projects to come soon.
It's very typical of a new administration to come in, take a pause. They need to be fully staffed, and they're probably taking time to review activities from the previous administration.
Leaders from Mining Minnesota say they aren't speculating on what the new administration has planned.
We'll certainly be impressing upon the administration the importance of continuing to let the thorough, comprehensive environmental review and permitting process work.
But they're hopeful Congress and the Biden administration will follow the science.
To remind our senators that we would very much want the Biden administration to follow the prescribed regulatory process for mining projects.
The focus of these discussions surrounds PolyMet and Twin Metals, which both hope to mine precious metals in northern Minnesota. PolyMet is fully permitted, but held up in litigation. Twin Metals submitted its mine plan of operation, which is under review by regulatory agencies. Officials with jobs for Minnesotans say these projects help not only our region, but the country as a whole.
Investment here in Minnesota is too critical for us as a state and our economy, and these metals are essential for our clean economy and the Biden administration's climate change plans.
Both organizations say moving forward, they'll keep having conversations with Minnesota delegates and see what happens next.
We did reach out to Minnesota State Representative Dave Lizgard and State Senator David Tomasoni as they represent districts impacted by mining projects. Both declined to comment.
We did hear from Twin Metals tonight. Spokespeople there say the project is consistent with Biden's top priorities, including transitioning to a green economy and American-based supply chains. They said they look forward to working with the administration. And those against the Twin Metals project say they're hopeful Biden will review Trump's order, speeding up the review process for mines like these. Save the Boundary Waters spokespeople told us tonight they also want Biden to complete the mineral withdrawal canceled by the Trump administration.
Let's switch gears and head over to the weather now with Dave Anderson.
Dave, it was so nice to see even a little bit of sunshine out there today.
Yeah, so the Sun fans were happy today, at least for a little while. And for some fringes of our region here, a little bit of snow did come across as predicted, and so hopefully that made everybody happy as well, or at least part of the audience. I don't know about too many people that get excited about wind chill advisories, though, and that's what's going to happen for the interior parts of northern Minnesota. Wind chill advisory in effect for the interior parts of St. Louis County, rolling in through Lake and Cook counties till 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Taking a look at the picture now, we've got cooler Canadian air taking over and pushing away many of the clouds that tried to bring the snow showers earlier today, though this passage of cold air could drive a little more lake effect for folks on the South Shore. So looking at a short-term forecast, if you're a Minnesotan, it should be partly cloudy tonight, mostly sunny tomorrow, but chilly, 10 below for a low tomorrow morning, 10 above for the high. Sunshine in Minnesota, but lake effect possible for the snow belt. We all get a chance for snow coming around on Saturday afternoon, and I'll talk more about that in a few more minutes.
Thanks, Dave. A Northland High School basketball coach faces 3 felony charges after police say he had sexual contact with one of his players. Officers arrested 33-year-old Andrew Palmer Tuesday. He faces 3 felony counts of criminal sexual conduct. According to court documents, the 17-year-old told authorities Palmer asked her to perform sexual acts on 3 separate occasions this year. She said she did not feel like she could say no because he was her coach. The teen's parents reported the abuse on January 17th. The district superintendent said yesterday he was surprised by the allegations and will conduct an independent investigation.
Minnesota's unemployment rate is slowly moving in the right direction. The state's deed officer reports it's dropped to 4.4% in December, down 0.1% from November. Officials say the drop was due to people leaving the labor force and happened as Minnesota lost nearly 50,000 jobs in December. Most of those were in the leisure and hospitality industry and attributed to COVID restrictions that impacted those businesses. The state's deed commissioner says there's reason to believe the unemployment rate will continue to drop.
We're hearing less than 10% of those who are laid off are saying it's permanent. So, of course, our hope is that we will see a bounce back in future months as the economy and the hospitality sector in particular has reopened.
The job losses in November and December erased job gains made from August through October.
The jobs crisis soared during Donald Trump's last full week as president. The U.S. Labor Department reported 900,000 Americans filed for unemployment benefits for the first time. The number is down slightly from the prior week when claims rose to 926,000. However, there hasn't been any real improvements for months. Millions of Americans still need government help to make ends meet. The Department of Labor said nearly 424,000 Americans applied for pandemic unemployment assistance.
COVID-19 vaccinations for Minnesota's new pilot program began today, and appointments for this week are already all booked. The pilot program has 9 locations across the state, including one in Mountain Iron. The appointments are open to those 65 and older, teachers, and child care workers. When registration launched on Tuesday, the website was overwhelmed and crashed. Phone lines were also backlogged. Less than 24 hours later, all 6,000 spots were full. More appointments are expected to be available when registration opens on Tuesday, and the state promised to have the issues with the system solved.
Minnesota is launching a new way to notify people that they tested positive for COVID-19 and learn more about who they've been around. Now, if you test positive, the state health department will text you asking you to take an online survey. The state hopes this will be faster and more efficient than the previous phone contact tracing system. If you still choose to take the survey, you can still choose to take the survey by phone if you want. The state wants people to know that these texts are not a scam, but if you have any doubts about a message, you can contact the state's hotline. That number is on our website.
Governor Tony Evers announced the next step in vaccination efforts in Wisconsin today. Starting this week, Phase 1B of vaccinations will have first responders, law enforcement, and EMS workers receiving the vaccine. Residents 65 and older will be eligible for the COVID-19 vaccine starting next week. Evers continues to ask people to use the tools they have until more vaccinations arrive.
From at-home testing and our community testing sites to staying home, wearing masks, and avoiding social gathering, let's continue to double down on the efforts we know can and will save lives, and let's get through this pandemic, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin has about 700,000 residents who are over the age of 65.
Duluth employers learned practical tools today to make sure their businesses are more diverse and inclusive. The Duluth Chamber of Commerce hosted a forum. It debuted the Diversity and Inclusion Toolkit for Action. The Duluth Workforce Development Board created the kit to give employers the advice for recruiting, hiring, and retaining diverse workers. Experts say businesses can start by looking to local colleges, which may be more diverse than the community at large.
Often we have students who are in our colleges, in our universities, who bring a worldview that is far beyond what we may see or comprehend on the surface, that is going to allow our businesses to compete in the global economy.
Experts say communities can also attract diverse workers by ensuring there are opportunities for families so people moving to the area feel confident their kids can be successful as well.
Bird watchers and photographers are flocking to a popular Northland sanctuary in greater numbers this year. The Sax-Zim Bog is located near Meadowlands, about an hour northwest of Duluth. They're seeing an annual migration of not only birds, but the photographers in search of them. This year, the pandemic is forcing many people to get outside and find new hobbies. That's why longtime photographer Arlene Olson thinks it's been so busy this winter.
And there's more and more feeders up. And I was thinking that maybe there's more revenue coming because there's more birding people, and maybe there, it's more money to use on feeders and things. So it looked like it was there was more people up here this year.
Olson said this many cars in the parking lot may be normal on a typical weekend, but not on a Thursday. Tonight at 10, we found a first-time bird watcher who explains why the pandemic is completely responsible for her new hobby.
Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, some new street art is coming to the Lincoln Park area, but it will not last forever. Find out why next.
Today's high temperature made it to 33 degrees early on. Then the temperature has been falling ever since as Canadian air starts to conquer our region. How low below will it send us tomorrow morning? I'll let you know coming up right after our break.
Live, local, CBS 3 News at 6 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, Kelly Hinson, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live, local, CBS 3.
Join us weeknights for Live at 5 as we go around the Northland city by city.
The modern farmhouse look is here to stay, and we have it for less at Slumberland Furniture. Use a beige or light gray sofa as your base to build on. Add home-style pillows and unique farmhouse accessories. Get your current look for less at Slumberland Furniture.
Welcome to Medical Insight, a weekly healthcare feature brought to you by the experts at Essentia Health. Here's your host, Louis St. George.
Today in Medical Insight, Essentia Health orthopedic surgeon Bill Upman explains hip arthroscopy, which is meant to treat labral and cartilage injuries in people typically under the age of 40 and without any signs of arthritis.
With a hip arthroscopy, we're able to get in the joint, look around, kind of assess the level of damage, fix a labral tear. Sometimes we have to reconstruct the labrum because it is very damaged and not fixable. They have extra bone sitting kind of in the front of their hip that when they flex their hip up, kind of bangs against their hip socket. Those people are at a much higher predisposition to develop hip arthritis later on in life.
And Dr. Upman says it's not always clear why these injuries occur. They could be the result of a very active lifestyle as youngsters. Regardless, they are painful.
But sometimes it gets to the point where you can't sit, long car rides, you can't put your shoes and socks on, or, you can't walk without pain. And that's kind of when, people sort of typically come to see me. So by going in and addressing that before it kind of, that horse leaves the barn, going in there and trying to kind of prevent any further damage at typically a younger age, we think that it, is kind of a hip sparing procedure.
Following hip arthroscopy, patients can expect to be back full bore within 6 to 8 months. For Medical Insight, I'm Louis St. George.
To learn more about this and other health topics, visit essentiahealth.org/medicalinsight.
Incredible savings on mattresses during the January mattress sale at Slumberland Furniture. Start your year off with a great night's sleep. Get a Sealy Memory Foam Queen mattress for $349. Comes conveniently in a box. The January mattress sale at Slumberland.
We met in high school.
Is that him?
Yeah. Why do I even need a psych evaluation?
It was all explained in the pamphlet.
I'm given a kidney. Nobody said there was going to be reading.
She'll do fine.
Thank you.
Assuming she's not drunk or in jail or offering her kidney to some other guy.
A new Be Positive. Watch tonight or stream anytime on CBS.
CBS 3 News is brought to you by Fond du Luth Casino. CBS 3 Weather is brought to you by Heritage Window and Door. Now, the CBS 3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Low temperatures were at least above zero this morning. Started on the warmer side, then fell, and then continuing to fall as time goes on. Taking a look at those numbers then, we had 3 above Hibbing and Ely, 5 above Grand Rapids, 10 Solon Springs, 11 Hayward, 12 for Ironwood, and 14 in Watersmeet. Tomorrow morning, I think we're going to go towards 10 below for a lot of towns as colder air comes to call at least for a day and a half. Taking a look at the current conditions at the airport in Duluth, it's only 6 above there. 63% for the relative humidity. Northwest wind, it's running 17 miles per hour. And because of the high winds here, that's why folks in the interior parts of the Arrowhead are facing a wind chill advisory through tomorrow morning. Actual air temperatures in that neck of the woods could go 10-15 below, and then could feel like 30 below thanks to the wind. The rest of us will be a little bit nippy as well. 29.93 though, shifting gears to the air pressure. That's what we have out there right now. As this morning's little low leaves, and in the interim, a little bit of high pressure takes over for that day and a half. Current temps are running 12 to 15 in the Upper Peninsula, and 9 to 14 is the range we find here in northwestern Wisconsin. Up north of the Iron Range is starting to get a little bit brisk towards Ore at 1 and Big Forks there as well. A little bit warmer for the Mesabi here, 3 to 6. Vermilion's at 3. North Shore numbers are around 7. And again, overnight lows tonight likely will dip below 0 for almost every town, except in the Upper Peninsula, where clouds driven by lake effect will keep the temperature just barely by a hair above 0 by 1 or 2 degrees. So taking a look at the Doppler map right now, we can see earlier today that slight light snow chance for near the Canadian border and into the snow belt did pay off. And then higher pressure started to clear up the sky. And that's what's going to cool us down tonight in Minnesota and send a little more lake effect going towards the South Shore. The cool down is going to conquer us by tomorrow morning and hold on to us through about Saturday morning. Then we'll start to mellow out a little bit and warm up a touch by Saturday afternoon as this low pressure system from Colorado comes to call. And this will be kicking up a 60 to 70% chance for snow. That'll go from Saturday night into early Sunday morning. As far as the snow totals go, a little bit better than what folks got today. I'm thinking about 1 to 3 inches for a lot of our places here. And towards Ironwood, we might even dare to achieve 4. So really just a round of light snow. But as always, even that can slick up the roadways, and we have to watch out for it. Watching out tonight for low temperatures in Minnesota to go 18 below near Hibbing to 5 below by the lake. Partly cloudy sky on that side of the border. But again, South Shore lake effect could kick up from, I'm thinking just outside of Superior over towards the Upper Peninsula. 7 below to 2 above for that part of our country. Daytime highs tomorrow about 10 to 13 for Wisconsin and Michigan with more South Shore lake effect. Minnesota highs 7 to 13 with a mostly sunny to partly cloudy sky. And now with the extended forecast, there's the snow chance from Saturday night into Sunday morning. And once that goes away, well, then we have high temps running 13 to 25 and lows from 0 to 10 above, and dry for at least 4 days.
Thanks, Dave. Art is coming to Duluth's Lincoln Park. Over the next month, snow sculptures will pop up along West Superior Street near the Craft District.
CBS3's Kendall Jarbo explains how the project started and how these pieces are being brought to life.
And I'll probably get up on top first and cut off all the big chunks in the corners.
Designer and artist Jason Quick sets up shop Thursday morning in Lincoln Park, next to a block of snow. It's not his first sculpting project, but for artists like Quick, who's from the Twin Cities, the pandemic left a big impact on their industry.
I've worked in design and build and exhibit and big interactive kind of destination type creations. Yeah, immersive spaces and exhibits are not happening so much right now, so it's been a clear hit to that industry.
Business owners in Lincoln Park saw a need and wanted to make winter during a pandemic a little brighter.
So we decided to have like a little art show outside with snow sculptures in hopes of building towards having a bigger winter festival next year.
The district's first snow sculpture show will feature 5 sculptures in total. Each box gets its own team of artists.
All the way over.
It's a project made possible by the Lincoln Park community.
Everybody's given us food vouchers and things for them to eat, and beer, of course.
In tough times, a little support can go a long way.
Already feeling supported by local businesses, so it feels good to roll in and be supported as an artist up here.
This year, Quick is following the theme of seeking light in his art, something he'll showcase in this snow sculpture.
You get to interpret it how you want. It's either a light-seeking device, maybe it's going to be a megaphone for people voicing what they want to, seeing it as an invitation for positive energy.
With just 2 days to sculpt, Quick carves away at the snow. bringing more light to the already bright Lincoln Park community.
If you're in Duluth, you can watch the project happen. You're just asked to be respectful of the artist space. More artists will get to work in the coming weeks. If you'd like to watch the sculpture's progress from a distance, we have a link on our website, CBS3Duluth.com.
Still ahead in sports, it's not the news the UMD women's basketball team wanted to hear today, why they won't be traveling this weekend. Kelly's got the details next.
Move snow with your new John Deere from Duluth Lawn and Sport.
CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
I researched very well, and I chose Heritage Window and Door. They install the windows, take the old windows out. They had a good reputation. Plus, they had renewal by Anderson. My window consultant was Jerry, and he was so patient and kind, and he wasn't pushy about buying them. Just did whatever I asked for. The installation team was Matt and Bill, and they were just fabulous. If I wasn't here, I would never have known they'd been here. It was perfect. Life's better at the lake, and it's even better with my new windows from Renewal by Anderson from Heritage Window and Door.
Everybody likes something for nothing. Now at Home Furniture, when you spend $2.99 for something, like this sofa, you'll pay nothing down, nothing for interest until 2022, nothing for sales tax, and nothing for shipping. Shop your favorite furniture and mattresses, and you can have them with nothing down, nothing for interest until 2022, nothing for sales tax, and nothing for shipping. Now that's something. The Something for Nothing sale going on now and only at Home Furniture. There's no place like home.
First 6-function multi-pro tailgate available on the GMC Sierra. Get $5,500 purchase cash on 2021 Sierra light-duty crew cab models. Plus, current eligible non-GM owners get an additional $750 purchase allowance. Plus, eligible GM card members get $1,000 bonus earnings.
Visit your Lake Country GMC dealer.
This winter, beat the cold with an Up North hat. Michigan-made, these warm hats are expertly stitched with soft fabric, perfect for protecting you from whatever Mother Nature throws your way. Visit our website today at upnorthhats.com.
Don't let the weather ruin your day.
Covered by a winter storm watch.
Dave Anderson, Caitlin Moffat, and Peter Kavitkauskas. The CBS3 weather team, tracking more than just severe storms. Dave.
We met in high school.
Is that him?
Yeah. Why do I even need a psych evaluation?
It was all explained in the pamphlet.
I'm given a kidney. Nobody said there was going to be reading.
She'll do fine.
Thank you.
Assuming she's not drunk or in jail or offering her kidney to some other guy.
A new Be Positive. Watch tonight or stream anytime on CBS.
Always ready, always there. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
When severe weather hits, tune to CBS3 for up-to-date coverage morning and night. Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
It's not the news that UMD wanted to receive today. For the second weekend in a row, the UMD women's basketball team will have their weekend series canceled due to COVID-19. In a press release put out earlier this afternoon, due to a positive COVID-19 test within the MSU Moorhead women's basketball program, the series has been canceled. Per the NSIC scheduling guidelines for the season, the games between the Bulldogs and the Dragons will not be rescheduled. The Bulldogs are scheduled to be back in action next weekend at home when they host Northern State University. And meanwhile, after splitting with UMary this past weekend, the UMD men's basketball team will continue their homestand as they welcome in MSU Moorhead, a team that head coach Justin Wick is very familiar with. Wick coached there from 2014 to 2018 before coming to UMD. The Dragons are coming in red hot. They are currently riding a 4-game win streak. Coach Wick admits it's always fun to see familiar faces, but that doesn't change his mentality when it comes to the game.
I think the newness of first games against them and being super duper fired up, from on a personal level is probably gone. Now it's just more about, continuing to move our team forward, continuing to, to compete with these guys and the whole personal side. I think I've kind of went through those emotions over the last 2 years. I don't want to say it's just another game, but it's become more about these guys and can just continuing to really see how good we can be week in, week out.
Tip-off of Game 1 is set for Friday at 6 p.m. Well, Packer fans will remember the former general manager Ted Thompson for many things, drafting Aaron Rodgers, trading away Brett Favre, and bringing home Super Bowl 45 to Green Bay. He resigned back in 2018 due to health concerns, and unfortunately today passed away at the age of 68 at his home in Texas. Thompson revealed in May of 2019 that he was suffering from an autonomic disorder. Rodgers was Thompson's first ever draft pick, 24th overall in 2005. All 4 of Green Bay's All-Pro players this season were also Thompson's draft picks. He's already been enshrined in the Packers Hall of Fame. And the Vikings announced today that Gary Kubiak has retired from his offensive coordinator position with the team. Under Kubiak's direction, quarterback Kirk Cousins rebounded from a slow start to throw a career-high 35 touchdowns. Running back Dalvin Cook drew MVP consideration with a career-high 1,500 rushing yards, and rookie Justin Jefferson broke franchise records as the team's top receiver. The team also scored at least 27 points in 8 of its final 10 games. It's been just over 13 years since Jason Garrison last played in a Bulldog sweater for the UMD hockey program. Since then, he's had an illustrious professional career in the NHL, and now he is returning to the Northland. Garrison returns as the men's hockey undergraduate student assistant coach to finish his degree. The 36-year-old started in the NHL for 11 seasons with Florida, Vancouver, Tampa Bay, Vegas, and Edmonton. He will join the Bulldogs for this weekend series against Western Michigan. And that weekend series you can catch over on the My9 Sports Network. We'll have both games, 6 p.m. puck drop on Saturday and 4 p.m. puck drop on Sunday. And that is going to do it for sports for now. We'll have more here coming up tonight at 10 and Thursday Night Faceoff. Kristen and Tony, for now, I'll send it back to you.
Lots of sports going on tonight. Thanks, Kelly. With the Biden administration in place, many are hoping he'll hold true to his promise of getting 100 million vaccines in the arms of Americans in his first 100 days in office. Tonight on the CBS3 News at 10, we'll hear from a medically compromised local who hopes the nation's new leadership will deliver on their promises.
All right, Dave, let's get a quick last look at the weather. Windy out there today. Is that going to continue?
Yeah, windy and cold tonight, especially in Minnesota. Actual air temps down towards 15 below. Wind chill factor can make it feel like 30 below. Then sunny for Friday. Snow chance Saturday into Sunday could bring 1 to 3 inches.
Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you at 10.
Change